everyone. Let me start by saying that I've thoroughly enjoyed the previous keynotes. I think you've mentioned, sir, that motorsport it doesn't attract normal people. Let me tell you, innovation doesn't attract normal people either. They are what we call the square pegs in round holes, the game changers, the disruptors. The ones that don't go by the motto, if it works, don't fix it, but instead they break it into pieces and build it again, better, stronger, smarter, and in doing so, they're architects of the future, and that's where we come in, the National Funding Agency for Research and Innovation. We're here to support those people, the ones who dare to dream big and act bigger, through our funding programs, through our services, in order to have what it takes to innovate from Cyprus, always thinking international markets, because being on a small island nation, the key to extroversion, internationalization, success, and growing our economy is, of course, thinking global from day one. So with that said, Cyprus has been gathering a lot of good innovation momentum in recent years. The country has recently made it into the top 25 globally in the Global Innovation Index published by the World Intellectual Property Office. Cyprus, for the very first time, enters the innovation leaders in those global rankings, and made it into the top 40 of the Startup Link Startup Innovation Ecosystem Index 2025, up 5 places from last year's rankings, which marks a 28% growth in performance. Sitting nicely in a geostrategic location with lots of challenges, but also opportunities. A very pro-business environment. The government of Cyprus has adopted a very pro-innovation agenda and a very positive economic outlook that the chief scientist of the Republic touched upon it earlier today. And we're seeing a rapidly growing innovation ecosystem, one that nowadays consists of over 800 startups and scale-ups. We've seen about 60 investors investing in the local scene, and 30 plus universities and research centers, publicly funded but also privately funded, which make up for a dense, as the European Commission puts it, innovation ecosystem on the island. And this is who we are, the National Funding Agency for Research and Innovation. We have an array of funding programs to cater for the needs of the entire ecosystem, going all the way from fundamental research, things that will change the world as we know it in 10, 20 years, but they need to start from being frontier research all the way to innovation, products, services into the markets, but also commercialization, building manufacturing lines to manufacture those products and export them internationally. We do support Cyprus's participation in the big framework program for research and innovation, the Horizon Europe program. We also provide an array of support services through the Central Knowledge Transfer Office that includes identifying opportunities to protect knowledge, turn it into intellectual property, and commercialize it. And of course, supporting innovators, entrepreneurs, and intrapreneurs through a lot of capacity building trainings in order to make them stand a better chance in what they do with the money we provide. So in a nutshell, we have an array of funding programs. We start with small tickets of 25,000. This is for future founders, as we call them. We want to build the next generation, the ones that are going to come after us and continue the good work that this country has been doing in recent years. If you have an idea, if you're a recent graduate, tap into 25,000, get a lot of support from us, and play with the idea, see if it has the legs in order to make it into the international markets. And of course, you're going to receive a lot of support from us, pre-acceleration services that come with that ticket of 25,000 euros. If you are at the early stages of setting up a company, if you have an idea, if you're about to set up a company, or if you have set up the company already, the pre-seed program grants you up to 120,000 euros. You can jump onto the seed program, which grants €500,000 in order to carry on with your new product or service development, to take innovative products to the international markets. and then comes innovate. If you are already in the market, if you're generating revenues, if you have needs to either enhance an existing product or build a new product, to be there for a product line or a product family, the €1 million Innovate program is the one for you. We do have also the Fast Track Innovation, as the name suggests. This is $200,000 to spend within 9 months. We want you to fast track your innovation, bring new products and services, finalize the development of those new features, and then hit the markets to generate revenues. If you are looking to absorb some of the good talent that this country has into your company, the PhD in Industry is a program for you. It grants €150,000, 50,000 per year, in order to hire someone who's going to be the employee of the company to carry out state-of-the-art research work, which is going to turn into a product or service or enhancing existing products, features, and capabilities. The postdoc is doing the same, but this time instead of a PhD graduate, you're hiring someone who has a PhD already. So we're channeling potential talent. We're channeling talent to promising companies on the island. And important to mention that in both cases, the IP stays with the company. The co-develop program is one of those programs that expects companies to collaborate with research organizations on the island. There is a lot of good knowledge sitting in universities, in research organizations. This is a mechanism to push and pull that knowledge out and into the market. The AI in government, this is a first of its kind program whereby we set challenges that the public sector faces, be it in meteorology. Yesterday we have announced a new challenge to improve the quality of public transportation in Nicosia, Limassol, and across the motorways of the Republic. Use AI. We expect it to use AI to propose solutions that are going to be deployed in the field. You're going to have the government of Cyprus as their first customer to trial your technologies, to co-develop with us, the government, and take them to the markets. The Disrupt program is the first of its kind blended finance program. Everything I've presented so far is in the form of grants. As you're getting closer to the market, we expect you to find investors. We expect you to mobilize funds from venture capital, from business angels, from crowdfunding, if your solution is one that can go on crowdfunding, in order to blend public with private money. The Disrupt program grants €1.5 million if you have secured an investment from a VC firm anywhere in the European Economic Area, which is of a minimum €1 million. The Boost program, if you have secured investment from anywhere in the world, any type of investment, equity-based from any type of investor, then €300,000, 50% of the private investment, capped at €300,000, can become yours. I'll give you an example. If you have a startup that has secured €500,000 equity-based investment, they can apply and secure €250,000. That's a total ticket size of €750,000 public with private money. And the STEP program gives up to €2 million in order to build production lines to manufacture innovative products from Cyprus and ship them globally. On the national landscape, we're very proud that this, what we call the ecosystem, the national ecosystem, about 20%, 22% of it consists of fintechs, startups and scale-ups in fintech. And that's something that the government has also introduced regulatory sandboxes to support their further development. And we're seeing slowly but steadily more applications coming into that sandbox. This is also an array. There is also an array of schemes that the government of Cyprus has introduced in order to fuel innovation in the corporate sector. The startup visa scheme and the scientific visa scheme are actually two great tools to use to employ third country nationals into your company in Cyprus. And from there on, the government grants 50%, up to 50% tax break to investors who are investing in local startups. That's a hefty benefit for the investor, which we have seen it has mobilized investments in startups in recent years. There is a tax deduction of 120% to R&D investments, R&D expenditure, if your accountants qualify them as one under the international accounting standards. And last but not least, the crown jewel of Cyprus, the IP box. This is whereby if you hold any type of intellectual property except trademarks in a legal entity in Cyprus, you can bring down your effective corporate tax to 2.5%. That's 80% discount on corporate tax. And we do see a lot of good use of that scheme, companies choosing to monetize their intellectual property from Cyprus internationally. I'm going to share with you as a last slide a few of the success stories in FinTech and RegTech. iSpiral in RegTech, they have secured funding through the Innovate program, which goes up to 1 million. DynamicWorks, their advanced CRM and back office system, we have funded them with 1.5 million euros through the Disrupt program, which meant that they had to mobilize also 1 million VC investment themselves. The screen is not doing me any justice, but yeah, it's InfoCredit there. InfoCredit is hidden, comes on and off because of the screen, not themselves. And they are actually using the Fast Track Innovation Program, which grants them 200,000 euros in order to further enhance their product offering in the market. And another example is Delio. This is a good case of a company that has used the new product development scheme of the RIF, which grants up to 30,000 euros. It's a capacity building tool. It gives you money to employ someone to train him or her on a new product development and build a new product using their services. So Delio has been one of these recent additions in our portfolio of companies that has received these 30,000 euros to build a new product and hire a new product development manager in the company. With that said, I would like to thank you, and I'll be around for the next half an hour at your disposal to answer any questions. Thank you.
I think